I just had a thought. I literally just had a thought. It just entered my brain and I picked up my phone because what else would I do? And it's about that sound you just heard. I've been getting frustrated with my 3-year-old son because for the last couple of weeks, his vocabulary and his verbal communication skills have exploded, and suddenly I'm able to understand him 10 times better than I ever have. So I've been trying to figure out, why has everything that's been coming out of his mouth sound like frustration and whining, as if I don't understand him, but clearly I do. And then something clicked. As far as he's concerned, the past 2 years of his life, he's been verbally communicating to me, and pretty much 90% of the time that he says something, I don't know what he's saying, and that's gonna be really frustrating. And now because his communication skills have skyrocketed, he's able to verbalize that frustration with not being understood. And he's assuming that I still don't know what he's saying. So now when he whines to me right out the gate, instead of saying no whining, I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, you want, and then I repeat it back to him. And hopefully he starts to understand that I get it.
Aggressive. Do not hit mummy. See how he's laughing?
This mama and I follow each other, and in this video she asked for some advice. She's doing a fantastic job, but I wanted to give a few pointers. First of all, for us as adults, hitting can be very triggering, and it often does cause us to respond with a little bit more of an aggressive tone, like saying, do not hit mommy, that hurts. However, to a toddler, that can feel like we're giving aggression back to them. Thus the reason why he's laughing. When a toddler feels nervous, they will often respond with laughter, which to us as adults feels a little bit like mockery and can also be highly triggering. So here's what I would suggest to do instead. Try keeping your tone of voice calm but firm. That might look like you gently grabbing his hands and saying, I won't allow you to hit me, sweetheart, that hurts. If you continue to hit me, I'm gonna have to put you down to keep myself safe. The second thing I would suggest is to try to figure out what he's actually trying to communicate. All behavior is communication. This is a lot deeper topic than I have time to go into, but children have 5 basic needs. And within those 5 basic needs, they have 5 love languages. Usually aggression is communicating that a need is somehow going unmet. I hope this helps.
Now it's time to walk back to the car, okay? Mama's gonna hold your hand. I know you don't want to. You're not ready to get in the car? Do you want to walk by yourself, or do you want mommy to hold your hand? Do you want to walk by yourself, or do you want mommy to hold your hand? Mommy's gonna count to 5, and then you need to decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want to walk, or do you want mommy to hold your hand? Okay. You look like you want to walk by yourself. Let's walk back to the car. Good walking. Good job walking back to the car, Emmanuel. Let's hop on in.
If you're a cycle breaker, you've probably had this thought. What do consequences look like with respectful parenting? There are only 2 types of consequences that I use in my home: natural consequences and correlated consequences. The natural consequence might be my daughter saying, I don't want to put on my coat whenever it's cold outside. Instead of getting into a power struggle and forcing her to put on a coat in a warm environment, I would explain to her, you're probably going to get cold when we get outside, but we'll bring your coat just in case. When she gets outside, if she gets too cold, she's going to ask for a coat. Instead of being the mom that says, sorry kid, you should put on your coat in the house like I told you to, which is very disrespectful, I would say, okay, here's your coat. Next time it's cold outside, now you'll know that we need to bring your coat just in case you get cold. With correlated consequences, on the other hand, I follow the 3R rule. These consequences should be related, reasonable, and respectful. With a toddler, that might look like me saying, hey, that hurts when you hit me with that. If you continue to hit me with it, I'm gonna have to take it away and put it away for later. Let's say that you have a teen that doesn't want to do the dishes on their day to do dishes. Okay, well, if you don't do today's dishes, you're gonna have to do today's and tomorrow's. As an adult, that's what I have to do. Let me know if this helps.
Is your milk all done? Is it all done?
All done.
Okay, you need to pick the cup up and put it on the table or in the sink. Okay, you sink, go get it. Go get the cup. Thank you. Gonna keep eating? All right, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Oh, I go like this. Hey! Do you hear how quiet it got? Wow, y'all really like my mom voice. Cheers. But let's talk about why hey works. And to all the people in my comments huffing and puffing like, you definitely just yelled at your kids. Listen, you can use volume and tone to capture the attention of the people around you without invoking a negative emotional response. My trick is that I don't follow hey with more yelling. Let me give you another example where this method is commonly used and it's very effective. Think of a middle school gym teacher. Amidst a game of dodgeball or capture the flag, both of which I hated, by the way, the gym teacher is not going to go around to each individual student, kneel down and say, hey buddy, here's what we're going to do next. No, what's going to happen? They're going to blow a whistle. The whistle doesn't mean you're all in trouble, sit down, be scared. It means stop what you're doing, listen to me, I got something to say. And it's effective. It cuts through the chaos and leads to less frustration from everyone involved. So find the version of the gym whistle that works for your kids and use it, but use it wisely.
Parenting is one of the most challenging things I have ever done. Sometimes a simple change in perspective can change the outcome of your days together. Every behavior is communication. They trust us with their big feelings and allow themselves to be vulnerable around us. We have created a safe environment for them to feel every emotion as it comes. Yesterday was an exhausting day for him between Easter activities, missing a nap, and a late bedtime. We are feeling the aftermath of it all today. He is more sensitive, exhausted, overwhelmed, and struggling with self-control. But I love him just as he is. I couldn't get this successful scenario into one video, so sit tight and go watch part 2. Note how he's calming himself with my physical touch. Giving him the space and boundaries he needs while still freely giving him emotional support. Working with and not against one another helps to build an unbreakable bond. My brother was diagnosed with SPD as a child, and we implemented sensory massages to bring him out of those hard places. Notice how he's slowly starting to calm himself plus start talking. Turns out someone really just missed their daddy. At 17 months though, it can be tough to communicate that.
Who is that? Miss Dada. Oh.
Mama. Dada.
Dada, do you miss Dada?
Dada.
Let me show you how good my kids have it. PlayStation, mounted TV, another mounted TV, headsets, headset, giant TV, Xbox, whole gaming PC, Xbox, another mounted TV. So when their grades start to slip because of the video games, you know what I gotta do? I have to sit down and have a conversation with them. I have to tell them that I noticed their grades dropped and I need to see if there's something going on with them mentally or emotionally. I have to have a conversation with them and teach them about healthy boundaries when it comes to technology. I have to stop blaming video games for things that I have the power to control in my own home.
Do you need mommy to open your... Do you need mommy to open your fruit cup? That was not very nice. We don't throw your sink. I need you to pick that up and then I can open your fruit cup. Put it away, please. Yeah, that's your sink. Can you get your spoon too, please? We don't throw the sink, okay? If you are frustrated, you can ask Mama for help. Okay? Okay.
Do you want to know some of the crazy shit I do as a mum with a PhD in child development? 1, I don't sleep train. I understand the way that a child's brain develops. I understand the way they think. They understand that if you don't come for them when they're crying, that you will never come.
They're not stopping crying because they've learned how to sleep on their own. They've stopped crying because they've learned helplessness. 2, I co-sleep. I know there's a lot of risks to it. I know that SIDS is a big risk, but also I know that there's a safe sleep 7. And I know that my child and I got the best sleep when we slept together on a firm mattress without any blankets and a sensor, all to help us sleep better. 3, I don't tell my kids she's naughty. I don't tell her she's bad. I don't tell her that anything she's doing makes her a bad person. I actually don't say stop. I ask my child, are you making a good decision or a bad decision? And then she answers me. And when she makes a good decision, I celebrate it. Those are three things I do.
I love you.
I love you too. Good night. You big girl, don't cry, okay?
This mama turned off Duet and Stitch in her video, and I understand why, because people were kind of coming at her in the comments. You can absolutely tell by her other videos that she clearly loves her daughter, and her daughter is very well taken care of. But I wanted to offer some alternative phrases for parents who are dealing with situations like this. The first thing to know is that these emotions are totally normal. The need for belonging is one of our 5 basic needs. And for a child this age, the need for belonging often shows up in a child wanting to be around their parents. Instead of using the phrase, don't cry, you're a big girl, I would suggest using phrases like, I love you and you are safe in here by yourself, but if you need me, I'll be in the next room. Allowing our children to show emotional vulnerability at a young age sets them up for showing us that same emotional vulnerability whenever they're older. If we get into the habit of shutting it down whenever they're young, this sends the message to them that we are not a safe place to share those emotions. I do not at all believe that this was the mama's intent. I think she may just not be aware that her words are affecting her daughter in that way. I hope this helps.
Come here. What would you like? What would you like? What would you like? You want chips? You want chips? Would you like more, please? Okay, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay. Let's get you a chip. Say thank you. Here you go.